Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be talking about the Alka-Seltzer Lava Lamp Lab and the science behind it. The things you need to create this experiment are water, food coloring, oil, and an Alka-Seltzer tablet. So the next thing you can do is you can either drink 3/4 from a water bottle or just add 1/4 to the water bottle. And so the water is the solvent in this experiment because it's the base of the experiment. The water is a compound because there's two elements from the periodic table, and the symbol for water is H2O because there's two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen. So this also makes it a simple molecule too. A physical property of water is that it's transparent. After you add the water, you should add about 1/4 of oil to the bottle. So the next thing you'll be doing is adding oil, and you should add about 1/4 of it. So when you add the oil into the water, this creates a suspension because the oil sits on top of the water. The oil is less dense in the water, which is why it doesn't go to the bottom. This is because the molecules are packed more tightly, and a cup of water actually has more mass than a cup of oil. This creates a heterogeneous mixture because it's a suspension, which means you can easily separate it. The physical properties of oil are that it's yellow and it's a liquid. After you add oil to the experiment, you should add about 4-ish drops of the food coloring into the water bottle. So the food coloring is the solute in this situation, and it goes to the bottom of the oil, but it stays like kind of at the top of the water because its density is similar to the water. The water and the food coloring create a homogeneous mixture because it would be very hard to separate the food coloring from the water. So the solution in this experiment would be the food coloring and water being added together because a solution is the solvent plus the solute. The next step in this experiment is adding the Alka-Seltzer tablet, which has aspirin, sodium hydrogen carbonate, and citric acid in it. This object is the most dense because it sinks right to the bottom. When the tablet was added, it created a chemical reaction because the tablet turned into a gas. It turned from a heterogeneous mixture to a chemical reaction. The tablet reacts with the water to produce carbon dioxide gas bubbles. These stick to the water droplets. While the tablet was dissolving, bubbles formed that were gas and went to the top because they were less dense than oil. When the bubbles popped, they went into the air, and then the water from the remaining bubbles went back down to the bottom because of its density. This experiment had a very high solubility and also reacted very fast because right when the tablet was added, it started reacting with the water. Overall, this experiment was really cool, and I definitely think you should try this at home.